8 hours know the measures that will govern the COVID-19 new normal. The COVID-19 conference, which will take place at the KICC tomorrow, will come up with the measures which will be announced by President Uhuru Kenyatta during a national address on Tuesday. Many Kenyans are waiting for the decision on the lifting of the curfew and the reopening of schools.
After a rather abnormal 6 months battling COVID-19, the country is looking to chart the way forward, and the outcome of the Monday COVID-19 conference will define the new normal in the COVID-19 era.
We are praying and hoping for the best, but clearly we must also prepare for the worst.
Stakeholders from all sectors will gather at the KICC 196 days since Kenya reported the first COVID-19 case. Close to 38,000 cases have been confirmed, more than 24,000 people have recovered, and 689 people have lost their lives. It has been one big battle against COVID-19, one that began with challenges of its kind. The 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew came with cases of police brutality. The country was not prepared for isolation and quarantine with inadequate and ill-prepared centers. Quarantine fees were too costly for many, and contact tracing proved tricky. There was a shortage of PPEs and a testing backlog. Inadequate testing improved along the way with more testing centers. The government put in place containment measures, from the cessation of movement, closure of learning institutions, ban on local and international flights, closure of entertainment joints and eateries, the ban on public gatherings, and restricted number of people attending churches, weddings and funerals. The effects of COVID-19 were felt in many ways, through job losses, pay cuts and shutdown of businesses. Burial of those who lost their lives came with stigma. Hospital utilization reduced, with many mothers opting out of visiting hospital for pre- and postnatal care. There was a shortage of PPEs, as over 6 billion shillings worth of COVID-19 emergency supplies lie as dead stock in the KEMSA warehouse, in one of the biggest procurement scandals in the health sector. Over 6 months since the first COVID-19 case, the country has made strides towards flattening the curve. One step at a time, the government has been relaxing containment measures. From the lifting of the cessation of movement and flights, opening of eateries, increasing the number of people attending church services, funerals and weddings, and reducing curfew hours from 10 to 7. The government also adopted home-based care, and many patients have been recovering at home. With the economy still reeling under the effects of COVID-19 and learners almost losing an education calendar, all eyes are on the president. The Monday COVID-19 conference will chart the way forward for the economy and the health sector. The dates for the phased-out reopening of schools and whether or not the curfew will be lifted will be known on Tuesday during President Uhuru Kenyatta's national address. Rita Tinina, KTN News.
Well, a number of business owners continue to